Hello again. So, today, if you want to make your environment great again, then please stay with me. I will show you how you can get this forest in a matter of no time and then get rid of the old epic environment. It's basic stuff, so if you already experience with such things, you will not learn a lot new, but I will show you how to do that in some minutes. And yeah, then please stay with me. The first thing we now want to do is go on Fab, and in Fab you can search for Landscape Pro, and here you find this one. It's even for free and it's a really good tool to create forest environment, and just add it to your project. I have already done that because it takes a lot of time, but when you have it, then you can use it here. We now create a complete new level, so from scratch. File, new level, and then we have here this empty level. We take complete empty level, create. So now we see nothing because it's complete empty. And the first thing we want to do is now we change the mode. We go to the landscape mode. In the landscape mode, you can set up here the size of your environment. For now, that's okay. For the size, it's fine to show you this. And in the material here, you have to search in this new folder STF, and there you please search for filter for material, and then you have this m_landscape pro. Put this into the material slot here, and then we can click on create. And then we still see nothing. Select paint, and here these layers have to be assigned. So just take the first one always and assign this layer information to every layer. So we do that. There are two choices, but it's fine. Just take the first one. So here. Okay, and we select now just this first layer. We can save our level, save current level as, and then I call it forest map 3. Map 3. Save. And now we must again select the landscape. Select the first layer, and you can start drawing here. I go a little bit out, and can now set up everything like this. For example, here and here. Then at least we see everything. We can later change this surface, that's not a problem. And now we have a new world created. That does not look good, but we will change this. So here. Now we go on select mode again and drag in the player start. Save all and play. We still see nothing. And the reason for this is when you, for example, go to the perspective and there you click on game view, then you see how it is really rendered then in the game. So here nothing. This means the reason for this is because we have no lightning. And to set up lightning you need 4 components. We search for directional light, drag it in. It does not matter where you put it. Then we search for this skylight, then sky atmosphere, and in previous versions you could search for sky sphere, but now we must take volumetric because they have removed it, I think. So volumetric cloud, put it in, and now we have all the stuff there. When we now play the game we see our environment and have it set up. So file save all. I put in some rock here that I have a reference. Static mesh, and then we put in some rock here. Okay. Beautiful. When you select now the landscape mode, then you are able to go to sculpt, and here you can, with sculpt you can increase the height of the levels, so you can create actually mountains. So just press the left key, the mouse key, and you can create here a small hill. And yeah, these mountains, they don't look very nice, to be honest, but it's still pretty decent. And so here go, and yeah, the brush size we shall increase a little bit. So now to set up the lightning, so basic stuff of lightning I show you now, really basic. When you press Ctrl and L, you can lower the sun, you can determine the sun position. We go here a little bit down so that we have some shadow. Okay. And that's still a little bit. Why does it always? Okay, that's fine. And when we now increase the height of this small hill, then here we are now able to see the shadow, and when we play it looks fine, but in this mode it's totally dark. The reason for this is that in the skylight you must activate this check, real-time capture, then you see it as it really is rendered in the end. So actually you have these four components. The directional light, it's actually the position of the sun, and you can increase the intensity, and just as I have shown with Control and L, you can set up the angle, and it has no source. It's not a point light, so it's just like infinite far away light. This is the skylight. It defines how bright the surface is. So when we set it to let's say here to 0, then this is complete dark because the sun is not shining directly at this place, just indirect by the reflection. And when we set this to, let's say, 10, it's pretty bright. So you can set it to let's say we set it to 3. And now we go on. So, and the atmosphere, it defines how the air actually is reflecting the colors of the light, and the volumetric cloud is actually the graphic of the sky. We continue now with we continue now with creating the forest itself. For that we want to select the foliage, and with foliage we should now go to this pine folder and just drag in pine 1, 2, 3, for example. That's enough for now. You can also put in the other things too. And we select all of these. And with the density we take 10. Let's say we take 10 now. And now when we select this, and select paint, then we should be able to paint this. The density we can also reduce a little bit to 5, and then create some forest here. With this you need to be careful. That looks pretty stupid now. We remove this again, and it's important to deactivate align to normal in normal case. So then in case of painting, we always have straight up the direction of the trees. So let's put some trees here. So actually that's it. I mean the complete creation of this environment. It's up to you, of course. So I just want to give you the basics. We play now, and yeah, as you can see, we can walk through these trees, and that's not really good. Therefore we set up the collision, and the collision we can set up like selecting the foliage here, then no collision. You see, block all. Block all. Maybe we can also just select it for everything, but let's do it like this: block all, and here block all. Now I hope that it's fixed. Yes. This is fine. And yeah, let's add some, I would not call it lake, but some water. So just with this in the landscape mode, with erosion we can lower this surface, so just press a little bit, so this erosion enables us to mess up this stuff a little bit, just like nature would do over time. So we go now and reduce here a little bit this height, then we select in the STF folder water, and there is a water plane, but that's nothing special. It's actually just a static mesh without collision, and with W, E, R we can select between moving, changing the angle, and the scale. Now we increase this, and then here you can we search for water in the overall, because it is in the engine folder. That's why we search all and then water, and here this m_water, it looks good. We can drag it into the material slot here, and we have some basic water. Now this does not really look good now, but when we increase this, we will reduce a little bit the height and reduce the brush size so that we have more control. Yeah, that does not look that bad. but of course there is some improvement possible. In the selection mode and in the STF folder there are some useful static meshes, just like this rock that we just place here. No. We can set some of these bushes here also, or wood. This stuff can also be added to the foliage to place a lot of them. And another rock maybe here. And in this way you can then create your environment and yeah, that's all for now, I would say. Then if you liked that video, please give a thumb up, and I see you again in the next video. Yeah, bye.